Last time on Retro Neo NES, Ness successfully unboxed his new Steam Deck, examining every aspect of this wonderful and powerful machine. In his hands, it felt sleek and comfortable, but now all of his new accessories have come in. The 1TB microSD and the 2TB SSD. He must now successfully install everything. Will he be able to in time, or will he damage it? Find out in the next episode today.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's your guy Retro Neo NES again here, and we are going to do a little bit of a comprehensive video over my new Steam Deck from Valve. And as you can see, we've added quite a few things, and here I've got the new matte screen protector that's going to go over this. We're just going to clean off any dust and debris and put that anti-glare screen protector on, so that way we don't have that overly gloss shimmery look on there, and it's looking like it's doing a very good job already, that anti-glare. If you did do the 515 terabyte or gigabyte, should I say, this is what generally it would potentially look like. So saving a little bit of money, and I'll leave a link in the description from Amazon. Next up, from D Brands, picked up one of their skins and kind of breaking this open. The packaging was really nice, really cool little teardown skin that I decided to go with. It seems to be very popular in the Steam Deck, and I actually like the way that looks. Dropping in a little bit of a little protective microfiber cloth to utilize. And now I'm just going to do a quick inspection. Those look great. We'll overlay stickers or skins. It's going to go over the top of the Steam Deck here. I'm super excited about this. And next, we're just going to break this up in pieces, and D-Brand has a comprehensive video online kind of really going over how to install these. From all the videos I've seen online from other folks that have utilized these skins, they're not exactly perfect in exactly removing all the wrinkles and ripples in it, so take your time here. If you're a perfectionist and you have serious OCD with leaving any wrinkles or ripples or bubbles in these, definitely take your time. Definitely use a hair dryer for this. And just kind of going over this, fine tuning the areas and making sure everything fits properly. And here, just kind of finishing up the back. And that's going on nicely. Sweet. All right. So we've got the back portion on for the most part, and we just have to finish that top overlay portion. And a little hair dryer. All right, cool. Let's get these grips on. I'll start with the left here. Kind of just getting that position. Oh yeah, that looks good. Real simple. It's probably about the easiest portion of this. And now the side handles. These definitely gave me a little bit of trouble for sure, but take your time, nice and easy. I do like the feel of it. It gives you that extra layer of protection around the Steam Deck, so you're not scratching it. And really just fine-tuning these edges real quick. Because you see I've borrowed a hair dryer to make sure that everything's pliable. And then we're going to go ahead and knock out the next grip, finishing that up just about. And we're going to touch that up with a little hair dryer. Awesome. So this is just about done here, and it's really aesthetically pleasing. And I'm going to apply a little heat on the back end so the Valve logo pops in really nice, and we're finishing this up, removing any of those fingerprints. And this looks really good. I like the way this looks. Haha, but next, we finally got it in, the 2TB SSD. I did pick this up off of Amazon. It came in from China. I'll leave a link in the description down below if anyone's interested. Yes, it is real. Yes, it does work. I haven't had any issues. And now we're going to put this in power save mode here. And I'm not going to do a full description or anything like that, just kind of go over it step by step. You can find all that on YouTube. And that's really what I followed. A couple of awesome videos already out there. And then we're doing the teardown here. I had to go through a screwdriver or two to figure out what was the right size. Unfortunately, I don't have a proper kit, but I did find the correct screwdriver, and I did have one. So I didn't strip any screws, didn't put them in any wrong. The screws do come with a little bit of blue Loctite on the end of those, so make sure you have the right screwdriver before continuing. And we're getting all those off there. Last few, my little tweezers to pull those out. And I made sure to put the screws in correct places so I could stay and keep the proper pattern of how I took these out. They're all out of there. Nice. So now, the most difficult part out of this is just kind of removing the back plate on the Steam Deck, and that top part seems to be moving pretty good. So generally what I did here is I removed the top and then I removed the bottom, kind of opening those up, and then I worked on the sides. And then once I got that one side to go, I kind of reworked the top piece again, and then the shell came apart. Pretty easy. So not a huge issue there. I really do enjoy the fact that Valve has created a device that's pretty easy to work on, even though they don't necessarily recommend that you do all this. So again, I chose to do this because I wanted, more storage capacity in my device. I do plan on adding quite a few games on this, especially when I'm on the go. But we've got that plate, and it is off of there. So now we're just going to try to remove this plug from the battery. We're going to disconnect that. That's good to go there. And now we're going to unscrew and get the 64GB SSD out of there, and we're going to remove that little aluminum plastic or aluminum tape around there, and we're going to install the new 2TB SSD. And I'm just going to put that back in place, screw that in there nice and snug, and then we're going to plug the battery back in. And now that that's in place, we're going to put the plate back on. Pretty simple process. And we're just going to put all the screws back in. And we are just about done with that install. Make sure that aluminum tape over that screws back on, and she's all put back together. So now we're just going to go ahead, throw the plate back on, and we're going to pop the screws back in place accordingly, and we're good. And as you can see, I had to have some Neo Geo games on here. So let's do this. And let's pick a game here. Let's do Breakers. So let's see here if I can do this correctly. Oh, good. It's already set. Sweet. Neo Geo action here.
Oh my. Wow. Nice. We're gonna go ahead and try and utilize the UniBIOS here. Let's see. Got it. Sweet. So for those of you that don't have Neo Geo, so this is same process, honestly. This works exactly like as if you had the actual hardware console. My Neo Geo console is actually region-based for Japan, but I actually have a UniBIOS 4.0. This one's the 3.2, so it's a little bit of the older one, but the 3.2 works just fine. So basically I can change the region and the mode. If I want to continue arcade or the MVS version, I can do that, or I can go with the console version, which I actually prefer the console version because I can go in and change the settings accordingly, and I can pause if I need to. We've got a little Garo here, so let's go into the options and make sure our fight pad, so we're gonna make sure light punch is here, strong punch is here, light kick, and we are set. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, exit. We're gonna do a story mode. We got Terry here. So I've configured both my punch buttons up top and kick buttons on the bottom. I prefer that better than the mismatch. All those years of playing Capcom.
Get serious! Final round. Fight!
So I don't have any clothes yet for this character. I actually just started this. But gameplay wise, it feels good.
The Steam Deck, we finally have it. The 1 terabyte micro SD from Sabrent I've got installed here. And then I also have basically an unnamed SSD 2 terabyte installed in here as well, as you saw in the video. Again, links are down in the description. And then we have this fantastic skin from D-Brand, and it turned out great. And the video probably doesn't pick up, but there are some small wrinkles and bubbles in here that I tried my best to get out. Visually, it looks good from afar. I don't feel any complications when I'm holding and playing the game. So, was it worth it? This is week 1 with the Steam Deck. I've got maybe 1 or 2 games that I've downloaded, and then I've used the emulation station, and I've uploaded an insane amount of games on there for on the go, for offline games. When I'm out and about and I'm traveling,
A lot of times I don't have access to Wi-Fi, and if I don't, having Emulation Station is definitely a must to play some of the older titles that I love playing, especially Neo Geo, Super Nintendo, NES, Sega Genesis. So is this better than the Switch? That's really for you to decide. For me, I think this was a worthwhile investment for myself for when I'm traveling. If I don't feel like playing Switch games, all the Nintendo licensed base games, and I want to play other stuff that I just don't get to bring with me, all these wonderful games that I have in here, a lot of them are now on this device right here, and it's great that I can play them on the go, and it's easy, compact, and it feels really good in my hands. I prefer this in terms of comfortability over the Switch. The Switch, to me, the buttons feel a little bit smaller, the controller, the Joy-Cons. It's just for smaller hands in my opinion. So this definitely comes into play. If you're on the fence for a Steam Deck, I definitely recommend that you do your research. Pros and cons list, whatever you have to do to justify whether or not either one, you end up picking up one of these, or two, you don't. Now, you could be asking me, hey Ness, is it worth it to get the 512 gigabyte version of this? What really comes in that? Well, we know that the screen protector actually comes on it automatically from factory, and it's got an anti-glare screen. I picked up a cheap one off of Amazon, looks virtually the same. It's thick and it's a nice screen protector. That works great. Memory wise, what did we do? We added a 1 terabyte micro SD. For a lot of you out there, that might be just enough. And we had a 64 gig SSD that was included in this. Well, I ripped that out really quick. In a 2 terabyte SSD, it makes life a lot simpler. You're gonna be able to fit a lot more games, especially those AAA titles that I plan on picking up during the next Steam sale, which should be coming up in the next couple of months. Probably get a few more accessories, but this is definitely a great little handheld console from Valve. I definitely recommend it. If you like the content that you saw today, please hit the like and subscribe button down below, and we've got more content coming soon, and I'll catch you next time. Later.